What is love, if not the echo of your name in the quiet moments of my mind? It's the pull I feel toward places I have never seen, yet somehow have always belonged to. I ask myself this question in every room you've never stepped into, and in every mirror where I hope to catch a glimpse of you standing behind me. Maybe it's in the way the wind carries a memory of your voice, even through closed windows. Maybe it's in the way the stars seem to flicker shyly every time I whisper your name into the night. My thoughts twist and weave themselves around your image, sometimes tightly, sometimes trembling, but always with longing. What else could love be, if not this constant glow inside me? It doesn't burn like fire, but it glows softly, like the last candle that refuses to go out before sleep. I try to pretend I don't know what it is, yet every word I write, every sentence I form, bends back to your name. Just as rivers always find their way to oceans, even if they never planned to. I watch the world rushing by, but you are the one thing that makes it stop for me. In palaces of glass and gold, surrounded by endless noise, love still feels like the simplest wish, the wish to be seen the way you see me. And if this gentle knowing, this quiet hunger, isn't love, then I don't know what else deserves that name. I've heard tales of love spoken through thunder, written in wars, sealed with tears. But ours feels different. It is softer, like the hush before the first snowfall, when every sound is sacred. There is no battlefield here, only the space between your hand and mine, so small, yet infinite in possibility. What is love, if not the softness that lingers after you've been near? Even silence becomes music when you're close. Every moment carries the rhythm of your breath, every stillness alive with your presence. Do you know how many nights I've named after you? Hours unwritten, yet crowned with your memory. People often say love should be cautious, guarded, measured, but I am tired of careful dreams. My heart doesn't wait for permission when it sings of you. It simply does. It flies. It dares. I wonder if you ever feel it too, that quiet fire beneath your ribs when I laugh, that hush that falls when our eyes meet, even if no words are spoken. What is love, if not this wildness we keep disguised as friendship? You were never mine to hold, yet every part of me speaks fluently in the language of you. Love is knowing someone so deeply that they become the compass of your soul. I've walked through halls carved by centuries, yet history only seemed to bend when you stood beside me. Time itself feels like it leans to let us exist together. What else could love be, if not the way I become more myself when I stand in your light? You never ask me to change, yet I grow anyway, simply because you believe I can. You see more in me than anyone ever has, and it terrifies me how much I want to be worthy of that gaze. In dreams, I have conversations with you without saying a word, and in those dreams, your smile is the sun around which everything revolves. Even in your absence, your presence rearranges my world. My days feel like preludes, always waiting for the moment I'll see you again. If this is love, this constant returning, this devotion that asks for nothing but to stay, then I would choose it in 1,000 lifetimes. Sometimes I catch myself whispering your name in languages I don't even know, as if my heart is trying to cross borders I've never walked. What is love, if not the wish to redraw maps just to be closer to you? I want to be your first thought in the morning, your last comfort at night. Yet, I ask for nothing. I wait. I watch. I memorize you in ways I cannot put into words. You are the book I have read over and over, always finding new meanings. When I think of forever, it has your features. And still I wonder, do you feel it too? Or am I the only one bound by this invisible thread, tying my soul to yours? Love can be invisible sometimes, hidden in pauses, in stolen glances, in hands that almost touch. But I feel it so strongly, so loudly, that I no longer care who sees. I've looked out from balconies across cities, but none of them are as captivating as the way your eyes take in the world. I would trade every royal view just to see what you see, to understand the silence behind your thoughts. What is love, if not the wish to know someone beyond what everyone else sees? To hold even their shadows and not be afraid of them. I want to know your doubts, your past pains, the small truths that built who you are. I want to be the place where your fears can rest, not because I'll save you, but because with me, you won't need saving. You'll only need to be. I never imagined I would find such peace in someone who doesn't even realize the storm they calmed in me. With you, I'm not a title, not a symbol, not a role. I am simply a girl who feels too much and finally feels seen. If this is love, it doesn't come with grand gestures or loud declarations. It lives in stillness, in breathing the same air without needing more. It is in knowing, and in that knowing feeling complete. I've written poems that no one will read, filled pages with ink carrying only thoughts of you. What is love, if not the need to turn feelings into art? Even when they remain hidden, you are the source of every creation. I find myself sketching futures with you in the margins of official papers. I hide your name in metaphors when I'm too afraid to speak it. How strange that someone can exist in every line I write, even without being named. I think of tomorrow, and it always carries your laughter, your hands, your gaze finding mine across a crowded hall. Is that foolish? Maybe. But what is love, if not the courage to dream beyond reason? The world expects me to live by duty, to think in terms of borders and rules. Yet you taught me to dream in skies and oceans. I know the weight of the life I was born into, and the crown I will one day wear. But would it be so wrong to wear it beside someone who makes me feel like I was meant for more than duty alone? What is love, if not the longing to choose freely? Your absence is the loudest presence in my days. What is love, if not the ache of someone's soul in every space they've never walked? I hear your laughter in songs you've never heard. I see you in rooms you've never entered. This longing has its own rhythm now, a familiar pulse I've grown used to carrying, and I wouldn't let it go, even if I could, because even in the ache, there is beauty. Proof that my heart can hold something so pure. If love is madness, then I surrender to it. I don't fear how deeply I feel anymore. I only fear that you might never know. Still, I will love you as I do now, quietly, without demand, without conditions, with the heart of a girl who has learned that even queens carry hope that bleeds. What is love, if not the patience to wait, not for permission, not for approval, but for the moment when your heart finally turns to mine and stays? Sometimes I ask myself if I would still love you, if I weren't who I am, if the gold disappeared,